afternoon, Kong Tof, and the esteemed members of Congress, and to our colleagues from the fashion industry. Thank you for having us today. So just to share with the group, the honorable body, just a quick profile of the fashion accessory sector. So from the left pie chart, the fashion accessory industry continues to be largely dominated by the bags and costume jewelry with 40 and 38% market share respectively, while the right pie chart shows you that most designers come from Luzon Island, dominating 3/4 or 75% of the total market share, and the smallest participation at 6% coming from Mindanao. Next slide, please. So the next slide shows you the fashion accessory sales of opportunity losses in 2020. Please note that while this does not really represent the entire membership of the fashion accessory sector, this comes from this figure, the 112 million peso opportunity losses represent 25 brands from our roster of 46 members. But note please that these 25 brands already represent the biggest fashion accessory brands in the country. So suffice to say that the 112 million is a substantial representation of the losses of the fashion accessory sector. Next slide, please. So the value chain analysis, now this shows you the universal value chain of the fashion industry, particularly the design sector, composed largely by the apparel and the fashion accessory sector. So the value chain is obviously buyer-driven, as it entails manufacturers, retailers, and the brand marketers. So from the first box, not like in any other businesses, it starts with an idea or a concept, or specifically a design concept. Then the raw materials come in to create a prototype. So raw materials here pertain to either pinya or fabric, or it can also pertain to upcycled materials. So this goes to show also that fashion is not just about ingenuity and craftsmanship. It also pertains to resourcefulness. Also, hang on. Now, next is the artisan and cultural communities. So after a design concept is created, the design is now passed on to the artisan and the cultural community. So the cultural communities pertains to the indigenous peoples. In NCCA, and I have here a colleague of mine, Edwin Antonio, who's part also of the panel. Right now, we encourage people to call them cultural communities rather than IPs. So, and then in the value chain, we deem the IPs or the artisan and cultural communities very vital in the whole fashion ecosystem, because this indigenous and cultural communities, they preserve obviously and foster our cultural heritage. So we call them our cultural bearers. And because they play a significant role in the whole fashion ecosystem, we have also included our wish list the review and implementation and hopefully possible revision of RA 8371, which protects and promotes the rights of the cultural communities and indigenous peoples. And just to share with you that out of the 7 pillars from this law, nowhere in this law specifically subscribes to the protection of its intangible heritage, meaning weaving techniques, anything that's intangible like skills or weaving techniques. So we hope in the weeks to come, or 3 more hearings to come, as we tackle specific laws, we hope to tackle the protection and preservation of these intangible assets. And as mentioned by Carissa earlier, there are 110 ethno-linguistic groups. So this is a substantial number to really look at. So the next box will show you the IP value. So some brands design, obviously, this is very important to us in the fashion industry, because obviously some brands designs have been subjected to imitations or knockoffs, not only domestically, but from other countries. So we hope that with this, we deem it very vital that intellectual property is fostered, so that we foster innovation, because without the protection of the designs, brands will not reap the full benefits of their creation or their design. So this means they would focus less on research and development, and worse, they would lose interest in innovation. And lastly, and equally very important, is soft power, culture as soft power. And as most of you know now, we have launched our Damako Lahi Ko campaign just last week. And this is also in line with Chapter 7 of the Philippine Development Plan, which is promoting culture. And this is really to safeguard and enshrine our cultural heritage. And we hope that with this presentation of the value chain, we hope that the members of this honorable body will equally give this importance. Thank you.